Hey everyone, you're watching the Esperanza 243. Guess what today is? Ooh. Today is December 9th. It's my birthday! Alright. I got a lot. Today is my birthday. So excited. Okay, so let's go ahead and get to the book reading since today is the last book reading for part of your world. Yes! Okay, so let's get to it. You were brave, Garnet, Mr. Ezra told her. She blushed. It was nothing. I did what I had to do. I didn't want the ocean, especially Aquatica, to suffer from all that. Imagine if I wasn't here. He widened his eyes in fear. I don't even want to imagine that, he whispered. He gave her a soft look. Imagining you not here would make me feel rather lonely. She opened her mouth and closed it, blushing. Thanks, Ezra, she whispered. Before he could turn away, Garnet put her hand on his shoulder and gave him a hug. I wouldn't have been able to handle all this without you. He smiled and hugged back. King Adelaide felt rather awkward in that situation. She and Ezra gasped with realization he was still there and pulled apart. They looked at the king. He chuckled. I think I'm going to the beach to relax for a while. I had a busy night, she told her uncle and friend. They nodded. Ezra swam next to the king. Garnet. Be careful, Garnet. I don't want you being seen, Uncle Adelaide said. She nodded. He swam off to Aquatica. She saw that her friend didn't leave and gave him a look. He grinned. Make sure you don't find another mystery, he teased. She opened her mouth in shock. He could tell she was trying not to grin. He swam to her and gave her a kiss on the cheek. Then he turned and swam back to Aquatica. She sighed with a light heart, her stomach churning like butterflies were in there. She turned around and swam to the beach in a daze. When she surfaced, she gasped. 2 officers were just leaving the beach with a naked man. She shook her head, shaking the thought of what she almost saw. She giggled. Wow, it's going to take some time getting used to my uncle like this, she whispered. She looked at the rocky part of the beach and gasped again. Someone had already spotted her suitcase. Hey, what are you doing? She called. The person looked up. Her eyes were wide as someone climbed up behind her. What you got there, sweetie? He asked. It was someone the person knew. He saw the suitcase. Wow, nice bag, he whispered. Garnet thought about what to do and sighed. She ended up swimming to the rocky parts without using her fin. She knew that if they saw her flipper, they would freak out. Excuse me, but that's mine, she said. She was right at the edge of where the water started to look clear. After that point, the water was so clear the couple would have recognized in an instant that she was not human. The woman took her hand away from the zipper. I'm sorry, I didn't know, she replied. It was just lying here. I assumed someone left it here. Someone left it there. How is my aunt? She left it there for me, so I can dry myself whenever I need it, she explained. She rolled her eyes and smiled. Sorry, I forgot my manners. My name is Garnet. What's yours? I'm Kelly, the woman said. This is my boyfriend, Jesse. He smiled and held out his hand. Garnet shook her head. I'm sorry, I can't shake your hand right now. I'm all wet. It's all right, he replied, taking the hand back. Besides, we need to get back to our house. There's wedding arrangements to plan. Garnett became confused. The man gasped and pushed his fiancée in a teasing manner. Kelly, you did it again. Your habit of introducing me as a boyfriend has got to stop. The woman giggled. I'm sorry, I forgot, she said, looking at him. She looked back at Garnett. I'm so used to looking at our plans that I forget to tell people. She and the woman smiled. We're getting married in 4 months. Congratulations, she told them. Maybe I can come by your place sometime and visit? She raised a brow in question. Why not? He said, looking at his fiancée. We have plenty of space. We do, she replied, looking at him. But what if she has too much stuff? Garnett smiled. I don't have much. All my stuff is in the suitcase. The woman gasped. Dear me, really? She had a suspicious look. Why is that? Garnett sighed and looked around. Her uncle was nowhere in sight. Do you think you can keep a secret between us? They nodded. You can't tell anyone, especially your family. The engaged couple hesitated. They looked at each other and then looked at her. They sighed. We promise, the couple echoed. I actually live in the ocean. My aunts bought me an airtight suitcase because there is a cave under here that leads to the park. Their eyes were wide. The times I will service, I'll probably need a place somewhere to stay. Hopefully somewhere near a pool. You mean... The woman began to say. Garnett swam closer. They saw her tail and widened their eyes even more. I won't be able to visit much, probably a couple times a month, but... Right then, a crab came out of the ocean. It crawled toward her, out of breath. What are you doing? The crab started asking her. She gasped, recognizing the crab's voice. The couple were confused as to her reaction. All they saw was the crab staring at the mermaid, clacking his floppers. Your uncle told you not to be seen. Oh, Quentin, calm down. They won't tell. They promised not to tell anyone. Besides, who would believe them? He was about to respond, but he looked at her funny. How did you know my name? Please don't tell my uncle, Quentin. I don't want to have the same fate as Karina. He gasped. You are her descendant? She hesitated in response. That's not possible. My grandfather told me she didn't survive that storm. She sighed. He's Quentin Jr. Oh gosh, this isn't happening. She thought. She gave him a soft look. He gave her a firm look. Then he rolled his eyes. Here we go again, the crab said. Grandfather, I have disappointed you, he cried out as he went back in the ocean. She giggled and shook her head. Oh my, she can talk to crabs, the woman whispered. Garnett looked at her and gave her a soft smile. A mermaid. I finally get to see a mermaid. Garnett smiled. Not only that, you've become friends with one. The woman's fiancé was speechless the entire time. He didn't know what to do or say. He shook his head. Would you like to join us for breakfast? He asked. His fiancée nudged him. She gave him a look. He widened his eyes. That is, if you can get out. I can, she replied. Hold on one moment. She went back to her underwater cave and grabbed the shell she had left behind. She lifted it to her ear Hello? Can anyone hear me? Hello? She had to wait a long time. Whatever shell her connection chose, it continued vibrating. Someone picked it up. Hello? Someone said. Hi, is there anyone nearby named Amber Winsome or Amber Tarleton? Hold on, the person replied. It took a while for them to come back. Sorry, no one around here with that name. She thought for a quick second. Well, if you happen to find her, would you mind telling her that Garnet went up to the surface for a while? The person gasped. The surface? But oh. They paused. All right, I will tell her. Be careful and don't get seen. She smiled. I won't, she said. Then she put down the shell and swam back to the rocky parts. The engaged couple was still there. I'm coming. I just need to get some things out of the suitcase. Take your time. We have all morning, the woman told her. She and her fiancé couldn't help but watch her with fascination. Garnet rolled her eyes as she unzipped her suitcase and pulled out an outfit and a towel. Unfortunately, I don't. Uncle could come up at any moment. Who knows what he'll do? She thought to herself. She dried the upper part of her body and put her t-shirt on. Then she dried her tail on both sides carefully. Her tail started shining in the sun. She gasped and grabbed her pants. Once she could see her feet, she pulled the pants up. It took a few moments for her to put the pants on. Then she put on socks and shoes, and then put the towel in a low, sunny spot where no one could see it. She even put her suitcase in a corner where no one could see it in any angle from the beach. You are a smart person, Garnet, the woman said. Her fiancé said, I should say. You are a smart person, Garnet, her fiancé said. She smiled. Thanks. She stood and looked up the couple. Shall we go for a walk? They nodded. The three of them walked off together, talking about all sorts of things. The end. Oh, I'm so glad I finished. I hope you guys enjoyed the book. I really do. Oh, that reminds me, I should probably tell you guys about the next book I'm going to read. It's actually part of a series that I'm working on. I'm kind of stuck on what the next book is going to be about, because I have to create a legend each time I write a book. Anyways, this book is called Leatherby Adventures Off in Space. And that's actually what the series is called, Leatherby Adventures. I hope you guys like it. I am going to read the description for you guys right now, since I have the document open. Leatherby Adventures Off in Space. A start for orphans living with their grandfather for the first time. A brother and sister discover their last legal guardian lives in a special mansion. The mansion has been in their family for generations. When their grandfather leaves for the afternoon, the brother and sister discover just how special Leatherby Mansion is. Leatherby Mansion. Not Leatherby. Alright, well, I suppose I hope you guys enjoy that book as much as this one. Alright, so I suppose that's it. I will see you guys later, seeing as I will be doing a Christmas karaoke video along with the lyric video I will be doing tomorrow. The karaoke video I will do tonight though, before my party. Alright, that's it. So, This is the Esperanza 243 signing off.